Hello, lovely Libra. This is going to be your weekly tea. Sorry, I'm a little late to the game, you guys. I had to have a do-nothing day. I've been a little overworked, and I was like, I need to do weekly tea for Libra. Got into your energy and tried to just focus in on future for the week, see what the week's going to look like. This is good for Sun, Rising, Moon, or Venus of Libra. I kind of get the feeling it'll hit it more for the Sun, Rising, Moon, and of course it's a general reading, so it won't resonate with all of you. Thanks for booking private readings with me, you guys. Thanks for all the karma donations. You guys, we're almost to 20,000 subscribers. What's happening to our little family? Reading for you guys is becoming a lot now. I'm super stoked about it, but it's a bit much. Thanks for subscribing and being here with us. I could say more, but I won't. All right, let's get into it. And I'll talk more to you guys. I'll post another video where I face the camera and talk to you guys about some cool stuff I have planned for us in this channel. Let's just get into your reading. Libra, I think that you're going to have an okay week, but I can see that you're maybe feeling a little bored and stuck. I think you're feeling good about the good things in your life, and I think you're feeling a little bummed out about some of the other things in your life. Maybe it's COVID blues. I think you guys are a little stuck, but hopefully the reading will help. I don't see anything bad. I just feel like you guys are just a little, I think you're a little worn down. So what came out of the Wisdom of the Tao, I'm going to be using this deck a lot, you guys. I got both volumes of it. It's really good. The first card that came out was Moon. You are wandering between a jubilant world of fantasy and reality. All is not as it seems right now. Enjoy the sensuality and sensitivity that the current energy brings, yet the heightened emotions may not be stable. So avoid making any big decisions at this time. I don't think you will. I think you guys are just trying to maintain the status quo. You look a little worn down. Your guides are just reminding you, look, everything that has a beginning has an end. You are going to be kind of emotional, maybe a little moody this week. Just ride with it. Just go with it. All is not as it seems. Things might not be as bad as it seems if you have moments where you're blue or down. And don't make any major big decisions at this time. Think about some things, but it's not the week to take any make any major changes. A challenge for you guys is you need a new beginning. You're meant to be stepping into a new journey, but I think you guys are a little fearful. I think you know that the time is now, but you have to follow your instincts and have faith in new beginnings. The road ahead is filled with excitement and joy. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're protected and led by your spirit guides. This came out as a challenge, and you guys are the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. You do need to hustle into a new beginning, but I think I see a bigger challenge, or one of the bigger challenges here. There's something that you need to walk away from first. Walk away came out. Surrender your ego and walk away. There's something you might be hanging on to that's really keeping you from moving forward, Libra. Feel the freedom of enlightenment as you rise above petty matters. So it's something that's petty. It might be ego-driven. Follow your inner quest and luxuriate in well-deserved peace of mind. I see some ruminating going on, and what I can tell you from a therapeutic perspective is our thoughts and our feelings are actually habitual, and I think some of you have been stuck in a loop for a while, and it might be hard for you to walk away. Take your minute if you need it, but be mindful of getting caught in a habitual loop of inaction, apathy, and moodiness. The longer you stay there, the harder it will be to move out of it, is kind of what I'm getting at. I had to think of a constructive way to say that. I'm more prone to say, get the fuck over it, and that's not constructive. That's what I would say to myself, but I wouldn't say that to everybody else. I think there's something you need to move on from, for sure. Things that will help you do that. Appreciate yourself. Long-lasting fulfillment comes from the ability to create your own internal peace and happiness. Feeling sad, lonely, or even insecure is all part of your soul's growth. Appreciate who you are and the unique qualities that you offer the world. So if you've been feeling sad and you've been feeling lonely, just know that, or insecure, know that it is part of your soul's growth. It's not bad or wrong to feel those feelings, and they're not invalid. But it's time to make maybe a list of your unique qualities that you believe you can offer the world. And keep in mind that you have to appreciate yourself. We can't always expect others to appreciate us. And it's time to create your own internal peace without expecting someone else to come in and do it for us. It's nice to have the outside validation, but if we don't get it, what does that mean? Do we just stay stuck and wait? Or do we validate ourselves? Your guides want you to appreciate yourself. You can do it. You can do it. Balancing karma is also a challenge right now. You need to know something. Comprehending this is a challenge right now. Just chew on this for the week. There's a reason for everything. Each life has many connections to previous lives. You came to balance karma with others, so allow grief, anger, and guilt to be transformed into a force to fortify you and assist you in fulfilling your purpose in this lifetime. So both of these cards describe some heavy emotions. I can see that you're going to be processing them this week. Also, at the bottom of the deck, I notice earn it. Abandon your ego and work towards your goal one step at a time. Education, virtue, and diligence allow a soul's inner wisdom to manifest itself. There is no shortcut. You must earn it. So no one else is going to do this for you, apparently. You must do it for yourself. Oh, I see charge forward. I didn't even see that there. It's definitely time to charge forward. I think you're having a hard time with forward momentum. I think some of you feel as though you don't have a lot of support and you're doing a lot on your own. And I think that's just making it difficult for you to manifest. Your guides are saying you have to dig deep, feel all your feelings, work through all of them, list your strengths and your good qualities and what makes you perfectly you. I do that all the time when I feel down, you guys. I'll make a list. If I'm feeling bad or I'm feeling unappreciated by the outside world, I think, okay, I'm looking outside myself for validation. Well, the rest of the world isn't here to validate me. How can I do this for myself? It's not easy, but it helps. Try it. It might work for you guys. For some of you, you're just worn down. Maybe you're like me. I was worn down. I had to take a whole day off. I even drank beer today, which is not like me. Maybe you guys need one too, because this is you right now, Libra. Life is a battlefield. Whew. I wanted to know what the Nine of Wands was about. And I got the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Four of Cups. Libra, oh my gosh. Are your kids helping you carry in the groceries? Are you the only one doing all the chores? What's work look like? How can you delegate these burdens? Are other people coming at you? It looks like life is a test right now, a little bit, Libra, and it may be this week. So take your rest. You will need to be resilient and courageous. You will need to be persistent. You will need to have good boundaries. But one of the problems is, well, some of you are trying to complete a heavy cycle, and it might be really important. Delegate and release what burdens you can. Get help where you can. I do see that you're feeling restless and unfocused and a little burnt out. Some of you want to move forward and do something. I have the Fool and the Magician here and the Ace of Swords, but the Fool and the Magician are in reverse. That's because the World is on the table. I very rarely see the Fool in the upright when I have the World in the upright. It's either one or the other. So accepting endings, accepting karma and fate, and moving forward, I think you're not quite ready to go charging in at something full steam ahead. You know, sometimes the Knight of Swords comes in reverse when we're afraid to take a risk. We might even feel as though we're a little out of our league. You know, it's the beginner's mindset that has some really good, unique properties to it. You may have to take a risk. You may have to be very direct. But I think that you might be afraid of like cutting somebody or something, because he does look a little frantic. I feel as though you guys are a little restless, and there might be an action that you want to take, but you might be afraid of making a mistake. Or things are not moving at the fast pace you would like. This is making you feel a little apathetic and stuck. Someone's like, God's like, hey, do you want the cup? No, piss off. God. Libra, you are not your sweet fun selves this week. I see that you're carrying a lot. Delegate the burdens. Take the advice from the wisdom of the Tao. I think it will help. What's driving you is the Queen of Swords and the Hermit. There you are. Are you guys feeling a little reclusive? There may be a person that you want answers from and they are withdrawn from you. Some of you cusp Virgo. I think that some of you may be feeling kind of detached right now. I see a lot of boundaries and swords raised. You may need to talk to someone and they're withdrawn from you. She does look a little bent. But I do see that what's driving you is you're trying to be very methodical the way Virgo and the Hermit is. And I think that you need to search your soul about possibly a conversation that you have to have with somebody that will require you to be unbiased in your judgment and very detached and be very clear. That's difficult. Either that or you're ghosting a Gemini or an Aquarius or another Libra or something. One way or the other, I think you're going to handle things as best you can. Deep within, in your subconscious, recent past, it's lingering into the subconscious here. The Moon in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. There's the Moon again. So these are the tough fours. So I think that, first of all, some of you are dealing with some repressed emotions and facing emotions that are difficult for you to deal with. There will be an ebb and flow, but I think you're facing the future with some uncertainty. I still feel like it's a little overwhelming for you, but I think it's about something that you've been recovering from and kind of stewing on for a while. I think you feel as though you're recovering slowly and that you've thought about it long enough. I think some of you are starting, it's almost like this is a conversation you're having with yourself, like, look, I'm facing something I don't want to face that's caused quite a bit of stagnation for me. And I've been hanging in there with something when really what I want to do is burst forward like the Knight of Swords. So I think you're going to do some self-dialogue. This looks like introspection and self-dialogue. I can see what's happening because what you're thinking about all the time is the Five of Swords in reverse and the Three of Wands. There's something you've been salty about. This Five of Swords. He's bent, he's mad, he wants to win at all costs, he's angry, maybe jealous, gossip, bullshit, stuff like that. I think that you're just trying to let go of past resentment and not live in a world of convenient contempt. And I think you're trying to turn your back on some situations that no longer serve you. You are thinking about the future, but there is some shit that you've got to work through in order to move forward. This week, I do think you're going to be productive. The Pentacle realm, focused on career, focused on your daily tasks and routine. I do see you guys working and getting your bills paid, feeding those hungry mouths. Some of you are thinking that, like, your job is decent, but you very rarely get to look up at your accomplishments, and you might feel a little breadcrumbed. That might be the conversation that you want to have. Your boss might be ghosting you. If that's the case, if this is about work and stuff, you're like, look, I'm starting to get cynical here. I have all these talents that are I have like this untapped potential. The Moon is also hidden untapped potential. You're like, I can't manipulate this situation. I can't utilize all my skills, and I feel like my creativity is stifled too. You may need to speak up about that. This week you might just think about it. I think you might be afraid like you'd snap on somebody perhaps. But I also see that Libra, the Magician, which is a person that knows they're the single catalyst for change in their own life, is right here for you. And so is this cup of love that you can hand to yourself. The Ace of Cups does not have to be about anybody else but you. So I think that you might be feeling like you don't have much of a plan on how to move forward. The Magician knows no one will do it for him, and he has to do it himself. He has to hustle. He has to be very resourceful. He only has 4 things here, 4 ingredients to make something happen, and he doesn't have any help. That's like, whew, oh, and he's on a stage performing. I could see where that might be a bit much. So I do think that this week you're working on a plan. You may also usually he has 4 tools. It looks like they have shown you the one that's missing, the heart chakra. and creativity. So this week will be a week of self-love. I also see that you may have some heightened intuition here with the Moon, the Ace of Cups, and the Hermit. The Hermit is a spiritual card. Listen to your intuition. Face your repressed emotions. It is going to be time pretty soon, Libra, for you to manifest and get really creative. Some of you don't want to manifest love right now. Maybe you're figuring out how to manifest love that's self-love and how to do it by yourself and for yourself. I think that might be happening for you. Hidden factors that you're not aware of. The energy around you that supports you. The wheel and the world. Karma, fate, destiny. I feel as though the world is often like life review and a solar return 1 year from now, maybe your birthday. I feel as though things will be different by your next solar return, Libra, which is your birthday. I feel as though that the universe is supporting you. Luck is on your side and there is expansion. You have to focus on the right things for the right reasons. And the universe is telling you the hidden factors that you're not aware of is there is a lot of free will at play. A cycle really is complete and it's really time to move through the portal into the next cycle. All you have to do is have a plan and work through these emotions. In your emotions, speaking of which, 3 cards came out and I took all of them. I indulge you people. I can't not. So it's like you feel good about the good things, but you feel bad about the bad things. And you're having a hard time taking a leap of faith and moving forward. I do think you feel as though you need to hold your head high this week and act as if. Stiff back, shoulders back, chin up, eyes bright, smiles on. What's that from? That's from the Hunger Games. Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of fake it till you make it this week. You're going to hold your head high. I think you're feeling proud about some things. But I feel like underneath that, there's some things that you're disappointed about. What do we say about the 5 of Cups? It's okay to acknowledge where you failed, where you have regrets and pessimism and disappointment. They were just personal setbacks. Forgive yourself. Try to get this guy in the reverse. And let's get this Fool in the upright, because this is such your energy, Libra. As I say, the Fool is always a lighthearted sign, and you are lighthearted signs. Libra is a masculine sign, but they are a lighthearted sign. Libra is a unicorn running through a field. If life was camp, Libra would be the activities director, right? We're fun. Libras are fun. But I do think that some of you are disappointed that someone's ignoring you. Well, you hold your head high, okay? And work through your emotions. I see you working through a lot of emotions so that you can move into a new cycle. As the Oracle cards suggested, it's really time to process all those emotions. I think that you're afraid to take a risk moving forward. I think you're having a hard time leaping into a new adventure. I say this all the time about the Fool. It's easy to be the Fool when you're like 22. But what if you're 35? What if you're 45? What if you're 65? We almost feel like we don't get to be the Fool anymore. Yes, you do. The best parts of the Fool. To be original, to be unique, to have not a care in the world. He's just him and his doggy and his backpack and his white flower and pure and happy. And I think you're having a hard time feeling that way. I think once you process these feelings, you will realize that I do have some things in my life that I'm proud of. We all feel this way. There are things that we're proud of and there are things that we regret. If you stay in these negative feelings, Libra, you will never be able to move forward. You know this. I think that you will. I think that you will. I think you're coming out of something here. The energy I'm picking up on. Final outcome, I have the Queen of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so for my ladies, I think that you're going to have to deal with like the mud pit of people this week. Look at this chick. She's like, I felt like this was like a family just like having a throwdown in the living room. And she's like, I mean, this dinner's getting cold. What the hell is the matter with all you people? Jesus. I think she definitely, the Queen of Pentacles within you, definitely wants to focus on personal development. You want to be very nurturing. You want to be very practical. You want to provide financially. Many of you are working parents. But here's all the shit going down around her. And she's like, oh my God, where is the box wine? I think you're going to try to stay really grounded and practical. Some of you do have to work through some tension. You may go to this Queen of Pentacles for a solution, or she might be part of the problem. Some of you, this is a mother figure in your life, and there might be tension surrounding her. You or someone, this could be someone that's part of this tension. You're going to have to be the one probably to break through with a solution and the truth. For some of you, you don't really feel like doing that. You may be called to anyways. This last card coming out told me that solutions are coming, breakthroughs are coming, answers are coming, but we are meant to find that ourselves. It's like the message of the Ace of Swords is the universe is showing you the answer and the truth, and it's been there all along. All you have to do is see it. You're going to have to raise your chin to see it though, Libra. You really will. I do think you're invested in working through some stuff. You're definitely not conflict avoidant. You are keeping in mind that the world isn't an echo chamber. You're willing to get in there and work through some stuff. This is tension and diversity. I think a lot of you are going to handle it in the most grounded, practical way possible. But for others of you, this is a person in your life. Some of you, there's tension and you want to break through with them. If that's the case, you may have it. Just remember your advice, Libra. New beginnings are the thing. It's okay to feel emotional. There's just something that you're going to have to walk away from. And it's really important to earn everything that you want in your life and abandon your ego and work towards a goal one step at a time. It's not going to happen fast with the Knight of Swords in reverse. And for some of you, that's bumming you out. It is what it is. There might be a reason. The universe is conspiring in your favor. You're just going to have to wait for that investment to bear fruit, okay, whatever you're investing in. And the karma does need to be balanced. I believe that that will come with processing a lot of emotions here for you, Libra. Yeah. All right, my dear Libra, that's your weekly tea. I hope that it resonates for you. I hope that it helps you. You can always book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally. In a couple of days, I will do March predictions. I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to seeing what March has in store for you guys, because we're well into Pisces season and Neptune has an interesting pull on Libras. I'll talk to you guys about that too. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Libra. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.